This is the OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. This program is brought to you by Parting Glass Racing. We've had a busy weekend of stakes racing action. We'll start things off down in Florida for a couple of the races from the Summit of Speed. We'll begin with the Grade 2 Carryback for 3-year-olds.
And they're off. Perfect start. Gentleman James is going right out for the lead. Carson's Legacy there on his outside. Golden Spikes got out well. He's third and 2 lengths off the lead. Hypocrites in the 4th spot, then Make Me Zach. Here's Lantana Mob with 5 lengths to make up. Back markers are Salute the Sarge and Successful Love. Very compact behind Gentleman James and Manny Aguilar as they move to the half-mile pole. It's Gentleman James just a half a length, maybe 3/4 of a length. Carson's Legacy's in a good stalking spot in second. Then Hypocrite outside of Golden Spikes, who may need racing room as they go into the far turn. They're bunching up behind Gentleman James. There goes Hypocrite. Hypocrite 3 wide. Carson's Legacy trying to go through from between runners. Now Golden Spikes can take off the rail. He's only 2.5 lengths back. And Lantana Mob is starting to gain steam as they come to the top of the lane. Carson's Legacy from between runners. Gentleman James right back to the front from the inside. Gentleman James, Carson's Legacy, Hypocrite, Golden Spikes, Lantana Mob, 5 across as they come to the final 16th. Here comes Golden Spikes. Golden Spikes up to get the lead away from Gentleman James. It's Golden Spikes, Gentleman James, Lantana Mob, and Golden Spikes wins the carryback.
Golden Spikes scoring as the favorite here, a little bit over even money from just off the pace. He did have a little bit of traffic trouble, but ends up picking up the victory by 3/4 of a length over Gentleman James and Lantana Mob. He won the Unbridled last time out over several of these, including Gentleman James, scoring once again over what appears to be his favorite track. Golden Spikes is a bay colt, a son of Seeking the Gold from AP Interest by AP Indy. Despite that pedigree, he seems to be best going short. He was bred in Kentucky by R.S. Evans and is owned by M375 Thoroughbreds and Suarez Racing Stable, trained by Marty Wolfson and ridden to victory by Elvis Trujillo. Golden Spikes covers the 6 furlongs in 111.20. Next up, we'll head right back to Calder and the Grade 1 $400,000 Princess Rooney.
And they're off. Our Girl Doesn't Bluff, fast into stride, and now Dream Rush comes through to take up the running. Mystical Plan trying to go with her from the early inside position. Bareba is 4th and already 3 lengths off the lead. Then Dixie Dreamer in front of Looky Yonder, and Miraculous Miss, as expected, near the back of the pack. She is already 10 lengths back of Dream Rush and Abarcoa as they go to the half-mile point. Dream Rush leads at a half a length. Mystical Plan has now come up to her outside and will challenge once again. Our Girl Doesn't Bluff can't keep up with these top two. She's losing ground in third. Bareba down to her inside with 4 lengths to make up. Then we come back. Looky Yonder outside right now of Dixie Dreamer. Nothing yet from Miraculous Miss. And up on the outside there here's Mystical Plan. Mystical Plan has gone up to get ahead in front of Dream Rush as they come to the top of the lane. Mystical Plan the one to catch. Dream Rush going to have to battle back to her inside, and she is battling a bit, but Mystical Plan still the leader. Mystical Plan, now she's edging away past the furlong pole. It's Mystical Plan and Corey Nakatani, and they're pouring it on in the Grade 1 Princess Rooney, and they've stamped their ticket to the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. Mystical Plan by 4. Very tight place and show, either Dream Rush or Miraculous Miss.
Mystical Plan back to sprinting and seemed to be handling it well. She was 3rd last time out in the Ogden Phipps at Belmont behind last year's champion Ginger Punch. Back to the sprint game. Showed good speed and won off easily by 5 3/4 lengths at 8-1 over Miraculous Miss, with the speedy Dream Rush showing good speed early, giving way after Mystical Plan went out and engaged her, but she held on fairly well to finish 3rd. The winner, Mystical Plan, is a bay filly, a daughter of Game Plan, from Mystical Belle by Belle Bolide, bred in California by Carol Anderson and owned by J. Paul Redham, trained by Doug O'Neill and ridden to victory by Corey Nakatani. Mystical Plan covers the 6 furlongs in 110.76. We'll head right back to Florida now in the Grade 2 Smile Sprint.
And they're off in the Smile. And a very fast start for Man of Danger from the inside gate. Ravallo is going up to join him, and Blue Pepsi Lodge and the Speed Brigade ensues. Three of them right across the track. Rockefeller's up close fourth, and he's in the clear right now, only 2.5 lengths off the lead. How's Your Halo down along the rail with Winnie's Tigger 2 just alongside. They're followed now by Indian Chant, who's got 5 lengths to make up. Benny the Bull has one beaten at this point, and that's finally made it as they work for the far turn. Man of Danger still right there. Man of Danger going with Blue Pepsi Lodge and Ravallo. Rockefeller still fourth, then Winnie's Tigger 2. How's Your Halo down along the rail. They'll make their way toward the quarter pole, and Man of Danger is now dropped out of it. It's Blue Pepsi Lodge trying to kick on. Blue Pepsi Lodge from Ravallo. Rockefeller's hung wide in third. Benny the Bull is starting to hit his best stride. He's 4 wide, but closing fast, and here comes Benny the Bull. Benny the Bull in a blink of an eye has gone right on by. How's Your Halo running through on the inside. Rockefeller back to third. It's Benny the Bull. He's going to win the Smile Sprint and punch his ticket to the Breeders' Cup Sprint. How's Your Halo was second. Rockefeller and Ravallo.
Benny the Bull continues his winning streak, extending it to 5 now, including a jaunt to Dubai, has won 2 races since returning from Nat El Sheba. Benny the Bull rallies to win by 2 over 50-to-1 shot. How's Your Halo? And it seemed to be a day where you had a lot of big long shots finishing in the second spot. Rockefeller completes the top 3 with a 4-wide bid. Benny the Bull is a dark bay or brown son of Lucky Lionel from Comet Cat by Bird on the Wire, bred in Florida by Tomoka Farms and owned by IEAH Stable and Partners, trained by Rick Dutrow and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado. Benny the Bull covers the 6 furlongs in 111.41. We'll head to New Jersey now, and the stakes feature on Saturday afternoon, the $150,000 Long Branch for 3-year-olds, major local prep for the Haskell.
Racing in the Long Branch. And it's Indy Joe right to the front. Z Humor on the inside, away well atoned, came out third, and Hayburn is right off the leaders in fourth, 3 lengths from the front. The trailer is Truth Rules as they move for the first turn, and Indy Joe is the early leader. Getting clearer here by 2 lengths over Z Humor, then Atoned and Hayburn, who's down on the inside. The trailer Truth Rules is now 5.5 lengths off of Indy Joe and Daniel Centeno, who lead the way to the backstretch at a leisurely clip, a 24 flat opening quarter. Z Humor and neck back on the outside, second to length and a half. Hayburn has the rail in third. Atoned is just outside of him, and they've left Truth Rules behind. They continue up the backstretch, less than 5 furlongs to go. Indy Joe has been there all the way, and now Z Humor is right there on the outside, 3/4 of a length behind. Atoned is now a length and 3/4 off the lead. Hayburn is just inside of him, and they're 5 lengths on Truth Rules, who trails the field. A 47 4/2 mile. Indy Joe into the far turn, continues to lead the way. Z Humor is second. Atoned moves on the outside. Hayburn waits at the rail, and it's 5 lengths back to the trailer, Truth Rules, who's starting to catch up. They make their way to the quarter pole, and Z Humor is taking the lead. Atoned, Truth Rules running a big one on the outside. Then Indy Joe and Hayburn, and they're into the stretch. It's Z Humor, Atoned, Truth Rules on the outside. Atoned has taken the lead. Truth Rules continues to run on. Z Humor is third. It's Atoned and Truth Rules in the Long Branch. Atoned, Truth Rules on the outside. Truth Rules and Atoned hit the wire together in the Long Branch. Truth Rules or Atoned. Then came Z Humor.
And the longest shot on the board is Truth Rules, who scores here by a game head from off the pace over Atoned. It's going to be a little frustrating following this horse. He clearly has quite a bit of talent, but often seems to get nipped late, and here he does once more. Z Humor completes the order of the top 3. The winner, Truth Rules, is a bay colt, a son of Vindication, who sadly passed away last week, dying of colic at the age of 8. Truth Rules by Vindication, from Film Critic by Dinah Former, was bred in Kentucky by George Krikorian and is owned by Robert LaPenta, trained by Nick Zito, and ridden to victory by Stu Elliott. Truth Rules covers the mile in a 16th and 145.23. We'll stay in the Mid-Atlantic and head to Philadelphia Park, where their stakes feature last Monday of all days was an outstanding event for fillies and mares on the turf, the Dr. James Penny Memorial, $200,000. Let's head to Philadelphia.
They're in the gate. And they're off. A good start for them all. All Is Vanity is there from the inside. Royal Pleasure being sent early. On the outside, here comes Drop a Line. But Royal Pleasure has gone on to get the early lead. Down inside there is All Is Vanity. She is under a firm hold, but tugging along second. On the outside, Drop a Line will race just off those two, as Sharp Susan has a spot at the inside. And Val Benny is content to trail as they head into the first turn. She's only about 3.5 lengths off the front runners. The opening quarter was just 24 and 3. All Is Vanity has come through on the inside of Royal Pleasure. And All Is Vanity goes to the backstretch with the neck in front. Royal Pleasure is alongside second. Sharp Susan gets a good trip just in behind those two.